So let's stay with that story about phone hacking payouts and what it could mean for News Corporation's bottom line. We're joined now in the studio by the Australian Shareholders Association Director Stephen Mayne. Good morning.
Morning. Good morning.
What kind of an impact is it likely to have on News Corp's bottom line?
Well, the overall profit's going to be up probably 15 to 20%, and it is a company that makes billions of dollars. So individual payouts running to hundreds of thousands of dollars won't obviously have a material effect overall, but in the last quarter, News Corp suffered a $91 million one-off cost associated with the overall problems in Britain. So there may well be another big lump sum for all the litigation, payouts, costs of closing newspapers and various sort of battles that are going on there.
But these, in many respects, costly payouts, and again, the victims fronting the cameras overnight, people like Steve Coogan speaking about the depravity of the News International papers, continues this immense damage being inflicted on the global media empire.
Well, that's right. I mean, it's been the biggest scandal, to hit a multinational that I can recall in my lifetime. But amazingly, the share price is up 15% since the last quarterly result. The company's still worth $52 billion. No Murdoch has been sacked. No director has been sacked. A few people have been thrown overboard. But I'm surprised at the resilience of the whole company in the face of this incredible political and media barrage against them in the UK.
But it's also affected its broadsheets like The Times now, hasn't it?
Well, yeah, there's been investigations with The Times, and journalists from The Sun have been charged. I mean, The Times loses close to $100 million a year anyway. So there are question marks over the whole publishing and newspaper division, which is now the weakest of the 5 News Corp divisions. So certainly newspapers in Britain, it's unclear if there is a long-term future for Rupert in Britain, but overall global media, film and television behemoth, still a very strong multinational company.
Let's look at the local newspaper operations at the moment. There's been lots of speculation, including from Mark Day, the Australian's media columnist, on Monday, that Lachlan Murdoch may, at some stage in the perhaps not too distant future, be about to re-enter the fold as the chairman of News Limited. Do you see that as a prospect?
Well, Lachlan was over the road from here last night with his grandmother, Dame Elizabeth, for her 103rd birthday, and he was chatting to Kim Williams, who is the News CEO. And all the speculation has been that Lachlan has been behind the recent management shake-up. Rupert has temporarily been appointed the chairman of the Australian division, and yes, the expectations are that at some point Lachlan will come back into the fold and become chairman of the local operations here, albeit there's a small problem in that he's been running Channel 10 recently, and he can't be involved in the management of both because he breaches cross-media ownership laws. So a tricky situation about Murdoch family control across all the media that has to be managed there.
And does that need to be investigated by ACMA, in your opinion?
Well, I was surprised Lachlan was allowed to stay on as the director of News Corp when he became the CEO of Channel 10. Now there are all these reports that he's really rolling his sleeves up and getting involved in News Limited's management, that he was the key person who instigated the recent departure of John Hartigan. He's mooted to be coming in as the chairman. So certainly I think that would be a breach to be involved in radio, which he owns through DMG and Nova, Channel 10 and newspapers. But, Australia's always been a story of, Murdoch family dominance in the media, so maybe no one will care.
And it'd be quite a turnaround if Lachlan did come back, given the acrimonious nature of his departure from the empire back in the middle of last decade.
Well, yeah, he fell out with the US executives, particularly Roger Ailes, who runs Fox News. He got a $10 million payout when he left. But Rupert's a real family guy, and he's been working hard to get him back for a long time. And there were 63 members of the Murdoch family there last night for Dame Elizabeth's 103rd birthday. It's a big family culture within the Murdochs, and Rupert likes them all on the board, in the company. He's always working to do that, so I think watch this space with Lachlan.
Now, he was absent, but he is on Twitter. What do you make of Rupert Murdoch's venture into the social media landscape?
Well, I think it's been quite incredible. I thought he might give his mother a birthday tweet yesterday, but we didn't get that. But look, from a standing start, he's got 172,000 followers, more than all 3 of us and News Breakfast and a whole bunch of other people combined. It's a lot of followers, not quite the 12 million that Obama's got, but yeah, he has made a huge splash. He's out there talking about European politics. Israel's about to bomb Iran. All the Europeans should become like the Germans. Gillard's captured by the Greenies. Just these amazing thought bubbles on politics, sledging his competitors. Obviously, I don't think he's got board approval for this, but he's the most powerful bloke in the world, and he's out there tweeting away and everyone's following him, and it's having quite an impact.
It's given him, you could say, a new digital lease of life.
Well, it has. I mean, we're used to sort of having him once a quarter, so in 40 minutes' time we'll get his his quarterly earnings conference call where you might get 20 analysts and then a dozen journalists hoping to get one question in. Now we're getting, 5 press releases a day with his little tweets on everything from the Super Bowl to, attacking his competitors. So I think it's great for Twitter. It is humanising him a bit, and it's a really interesting insight into the way he operates.
Stephen Mayne, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.